kind of weird this way, but last night I could not last night, the night before, I could not sleep because I was thinking about the living room. I'm odd that way, but I don't know. I feel like the living room is one of those spaces that I've just had trouble with. And I think it always sort of goes back to the sofa, but also the artwork, like everything. It just, the vision has never really come together like I've wanted to. But I think I'm at a place that I'm really happy with this living room, because last night I spent time sort of redecorating, hanging new artwork, restyling, and I think I'm at a really good spot right now. And what really prompted this was this sofa. Now, as you know, I've been on a journey to find the perfect sofa for this space, something that is comfortable, something that is stylish, because this space serves as the TV room, but it's also, I guess, the formal living room. So it needs to be something presentable, but we're comfortable at the same time. Now, this is not sponsored or anything, but I will say this is from Eternity Modern, which I just finished filming an integration for the main channel, which is going up this weekend. This is the sofa that checks a lot of the boxes for me. Now, of course, it is an iconic design. This design is originally from the 1970s from an Italian architect and designer. It's one of those pieces that's pretty iconic, Italian design, and I really love the fact that this one is comfortable. It's a lower profile and it's not so deep, because I don't really like a deep sofa, and it's actually comfortable. It feels structured, but cozy at the same time. And I really dislike having to fluff up pillows or cushions and stuff. And this one, there's none of that required. It's just like a long bench seat, fixed back, like it's all fixed. So I don't have to really do much to it in terms of fixing it up. Now, it was custom. It took a couple of months to get it from when I ordered for it to be delivered, but it was definitely worth the wait. Now, I've had this for a couple of weeks, but I didn't want to show it to you because I really wanted to live with it for a while and see if it's something that I would recommend. And it definitely is one of those pieces that I recommend. The fabric is cotton velvet in the color ivory. And I don't know, I think this is one of those sofas where I will be keeping it for a good while. I don't plan to get rid of this one. Like I said, it checks a lot of the boxes. So that basically prompted me last night to redecorate. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with this version right now. I did hang up this artwork that I had gotten last year back up. It's larger than the one that I had before. I even did some new pieces over there. I'm thinking of maybe doing like an art light above that. But one thing that I'm also thinking about is maybe doing a new rug. This rug, I feel like I love this rug, but for this space right now, I feel like it's might be too busy. So I'm thinking of maybe swapping it out for something more solid, something that's going to feel perhaps more elegant and allow the other pieces in here to do the talking and not compete so much. I think it might be too busy. I don't know. What do you think? But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I also, actually, let me show you. I also got this lamp. This is also from Eternity Modern. I will also link it. And I love this. I think this is the Snoopy lamp, a pretty iconic design. Got that heavy marble base and with this lamp shade, metal. It feels so cool. And I really like personally mixing things that are kind of more modern with some vintage or maybe perhaps a little bit more traditional contemporary pieces. By the way, if you need links to anything here in the living room, I'll try my best to include in the description, but if not, leave me a comment and I'll try to get to as many as I can. I mean, a lot of things are secondhand, some are DIYs, some of them are new, some of them are vintage, but I'm honestly having a lot of fun styling my home. But please let me know if you need help or have questions about anything. All right, I wanted to show you this week's, pretty much the last of the harvest. This is peppers, lots of peppers. And I put them in this wooden bowl right here. I saw this in the shop. This is the large size, which is perfect for holding fruit and of course peppers as such. I will link it in the description, but you all check out these peppers. Time for some chile rellenos. Today is a really fun day. I am headed to Seattle. I just got back from New York like 2 days ago. Oh, and the food was delicious. Seriously, I had the best coffee. The bagels are great. I had, of course, New York pizza. Seriously, nothing compares. Although I haven't really tried anything in Chicago. I need to go to Chicago. That's like my next city that I actually need to visit. But pizza was great. Italian food. I didn't really have any Mexican food over there, but I'm told it's pretty good. I wish I would have tried just more food. But so far, or overall, very, very tasty food. But today I'm going to Seattle. I'm actually going up there with my mom. We are, for a couple of reasons. Number one, gonna hit up some stores. I need to go to IKEA and then a couple of other shops. And then there's also a sort of company party, the architecture slash interiors slash art firm that I work with. They have an annual party, which is like an anniversary party, and they kind of go through the roof, and it's pretty fun. So I'm excited to just go catch up with some old friends and see how they're doing. It'll be all pretty and stuff, so we'll see how it is. It's not supposed to rain, thank God. So it'll be a really fun time. So I'm just finishing up actually packing right now, and then we are going to head on over. I'll bring you along. Maybe I'm gonna do some IKEA content. I'm really excited for IKEA. It's been a minute since like IKEA's been on my mind, to be honest with you. So I'm excited to see what there's new. Maybe I'll get some ideas from some IKEA hacks or something. I think that would be really fun. I used to love doing IKEA hacks, so maybe I'll get some inspo. And then I'm also looking forward to coming back and kind of not traveling for a while. As you know, I also just got back from Maui not that long ago. So I am ready to kind of just get back to work, like other things that I need to work on. But it's going to be really fun. All right, last night we went to the Mudas Studio Party, which is the architecture and interiors firm that I used to intern at a few years ago. It's really nice catching up with them, seeing how sort of their team has grown and such. So I had a fun time just visiting with them. I was gonna vlog or record a little bit, but I forgot to. I was kind of in the moment. But today, Mom and I are headed to a couple of shops, some places that I need to go to, including IKEA. We're gonna go to the Reserve, the Starbucks Reserve, which was one of my favorite spots to go and like study when I was in college. So I'll take her there, and I'm starving, so we'll see where this day takes us. Okay, I'm sorry, the lighting's kind of awful, but I guess here's a little fit check. I got some Doc Martens. These right here are, I think they are from Abercrombie. And then this was from Zara a few years ago. Striped t-shirts from Amazon. This belt, I believe, was from Macy's. And then LV bag. It's going to be a bit sunny today. Maybe a little rain here and there, but honestly, it's a beautiful autumn day here in Seattle, so it should be pretty nice. later today, we did go to IKEA and H&M Home, and let me tell you, we spotted some treasures. So much so that this would be a very long video, so I'm actually going to do a separate dedicated video. It'll be my next one. So be sure you are subscribed to this channel because let me tell you, I found some treasures. Good morning. So, the thrift store. We're going to the thrift store, do a little bit of exploring, shopping, and then hit up the mall. I guess here's a little fit check. I got these pants in New York. These are from GU. They're like barrel pants. I actually really love these. I might get another color. And then have a little cropped zip up hoodie. And then like a cropped white shirt. The LV bag again. Some Birks. I swear, from New York, I got like blisters or something. And my bunion, I think it got bigger. I don't know. It's like a little bit inflamed right now. So these Birks are just more comfortable than the boots. But yep, it's gonna be a fun day. I think today's going to be a bit chillier. It's gonna be cloudy, typical Seattle, of course. Also, there's a coffee shop that I've always wanted to go to in Seattle. Of all the years that I lived here, I never went to it, so we're gonna try to go hit it up and see if it's worth it or not. It's like in Pioneer Square, which is in the more like historic part of Seattle. I think that was probably the first neighborhood in Seattle. Sort of a lot of just beautiful sort of historic buildings, and I think it's gonna be really cute, so hopefully they're open. I should probably check. This is my favorite Goodwill here in Seattle because it's the largest one and I often find a lot of gems. It might be the main one, I'm not sure. I don't know why, but this is something I definitely would not use in terms of serving on, but I would certainly use this for decorating. I think the patina of this is incredible. This is so pretty. This reminds me of my hand-blown tortoise glasses from Mexico that I ordered on Amazon. I absolutely love this. Does anybody know what this is? My guess would be maybe something to keep food warm for serving, or potentially some sort of like tabletop s'mores contraption. Either way, I think this is a pretty neat little bowl for decorative use, or just something, I don't know, coppery. The amount of silver serving platters is kind of insane, to be honest with you, and look at all of this glassware. I feel like you could definitely get a whole bunch of mix match pieces at a really good price. These dark, so almost cobalt blue ones caught my attention. I think this would be really pretty, maybe combined with other colors or used as a statement piece in a neutral like table setting. So pretty for the upcoming seasons, I'm sure. Would it be a trip to the thrift store without spotting some creepy dolls? I don't know, I find them kind of creepy. However, these are not creepy. Maybe the price is creepy for $20 for a thrift store, but you know what? These are pretty solid. They're a bit heavy. I don't know, I think this would be a great addition to any styling vignette. Of course, I had to stop and look at this pair of glass jugs. These could be perfect maybe for some large branches or some fresh florals. $40 a piece though. What do you think? Yes or no? I think the section that I am in is a bit more curated because the orange tags have more of this like collectibles thing, so these are priced a bit higher. This vintage or antique iron is pretty cool. This would be a perfect styling accessory because it's heavy, it has that nice tarnish. Overall, such a cool piece. I feel like thrift stores always have an abundance of mugs. I think this was one of those things that one collects over the years and you eventually run out of space in the pantry or cupboard, whatever, and then you just have to get rid of them. And honestly, you could often spot some really cool ones if you're looking to build up just like a unique collection. I feel like each mug has its own personality. This one has an interesting one for sure. This one kind of reminds me of Hasami pottery. Of course, it's not real Hasami, but kind of interesting. Lots of mugs with lots of stories and personalities. just like mugs, there's always an abundance of stemware. This is perfect for especially if you like that mix match look or more eclectic look. You could definitely spot some treasures. This sort of giraffe pattern or giraffe etched one. Of course, you know, I always love ambered glassware. This one's perfect for a margarita. Or yeah, margarita, I think. Kind of interesting hand-blown glass. So much interesting things. I personally would love a China collection. Whenever I see them at thrift stores, there's always missing pieces. So this is something that if I want the full set, I would have to maybe go to an antique store. But if you like sort of mix match pieces, things like this is always kind of interesting. What is this? Okay, all right, I'll take it. Well, not really, but kind of cute. I think this is a very beautiful ceramic teapot or kettle. Of course, it's missing the cups, but this would be perfect for decorative uses or maybe even using it in real life, but I probably would not use something like this, but so pretty, so pretty. Not sure if this is some sort of serving platter or just a sculpture. Based on the material, I don't think it's in the right section, but I feel like maybe we could reimagine this and maybe use this as a unique pot or planter. Kind of like that large modern one. I forget the name of the artist who makes them, but this would be like a smaller version of this, if that makes sense. Kind of interesting. I feel like hand-blown glassware has a reason and a season, and this one might be in the perfect season. This is perfect for this time of the year, something moody, something more in the ambered hues, and it has sort of that bubble effect. Overall, the form is quite organic. Something like this I'm sure was handmade. Very ideal for a mantle or just a beautiful, unique tablescape. I often spot these old flower arrangements in these sort of brass containers. Don't be discouraged by the florals. If this is not your vibe, you could definitely put in something fresh or new, rather, probably not real. Now, this is a unique piece that I don't often see. I feel like, what is this? Like a coconut? Like a baby coconut sprouting? I don't know. Kind of interesting. This would be, I don't know. There is a wide selection of pots and vases, as we can see here. Always, of course, glass ones, but when I spot something that looks handmade, I always gravitate towards such as this. And this cutie right here seems to be out of place, but look at this candle holder. I feel like this just has that nice curve. I don't know, it feels very cutesy, as if you will. It does need to be clean though, and I feel like this would be better in a more wrought iron finish. Maybe spray painted. Now, does anybody know what this is? My guess this is probably like a salt lamp shade. It's a very pretty color. This would be good like as a paperweight or something, maybe for the office, something sculptural. I don't know. This is kind of a cute striped pig. Not for me, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on quirky things like this? Now here is a beautiful wooden box. I feel like this is vintage and it probably held some silverware in the past, but now of course it's empty. This could be repurposed for maybe some jewelry or maybe used in a coffee table to corral remotes and all the crap that's always floating around. Such a beautiful little box. I think it might need a bit of restoration to the exterior, but very interesting, very good quality for $5.99. I always enjoy browsing through old interior design books. This one's by Better Homes and Gardens. I think it's kind of interesting just seeing what design styles were like in the past. Do they still hold up? Maybe are they coming back in style? Or even seeing old DIYs such as this old chest turned into a charming vanity. Kind of interesting. To be honest, the furniture selection was not serving anything good today, but this stool did catch my attention. I would not buy it. Something about this kind of skeeves me out, but I do like the look of it. Ironically, I feel like this is something kind of cool. Now here is an interesting, basically brand new rattan lamp. I think this is originally from the Studio McGee collection at Target. Pretty cool. This would be a wonderful sort of patio coffee table or maybe something indoors. Overall, I think it's pretty charming. Of course, lots of mixed match dining chairs. The stool could be repurposed as a side table or maybe as a plant stand, a pedestal stand, maybe put something decorative on top. I feel like I've seen this before. Maybe it might be from IKEA, I'm not sure. But as you can see, of course, lots of mixed match chairs per usual of different styles, some wood ones, some more mid-century ones, some kind of ugly ones, lots of different styles, different personalities, but something about this red one at the bottom here caught my attention. Of course, probably the bright red color. I feel like this is probably like a children's chair or something, but I feel like this could be repurposed as a plant stand again, or I don't know, just like a cute something different as an accent table. Something, I don't know. I like it. Here is something I would definitely bring home with me if I had the room. This is a large candelabra, like a floral stand. It's huge and it's only $12.99, which is an insane price for this. It's very sturdy, it's heavy, it holds 4 candles, and I feel like this is probably for like, I don't know, like Advent candles or something. Maybe it belonged in a church. Who knows, but kind of cool. Now before I head home, I certainly want to share this gem right here. If you ever visit Seattle, I would encourage you to visit the Seattle Japanese Garden. This is a place that I used to visit frequently when I was in college. It's just a very peaceful place to just soak in the beautiful gardens. Of course, the landscaping, the water, the sounds, it's just a very magical place. So I'm glad I finally took my mom here. I definitely would recommend visiting during autumn or even springtime to see the beautiful blooms, but of course this would be perfect year round. It's truly a magical place. So honestly, I'll just leave you here and enjoy the sounds before we head back home. All right, I am back from Seattle. I feel like I've been doing a lot of traveling over the last month, but I'm excited to kind of get back into the routine of things. I don't like a structured schedule per se, but I do like a little bit of routine. I think it just helps me be a bit more productive. And I'm also kind of behind on work. But anyways, I had a lot of fun in Seattle, but I wanted to show you a couple things that I picked up from the thrift store. You know, I really like that Goodwill because it was definitely my go-to store when I lived there because there was a lot of selection. Probably the biggest one in Seattle, and there's just always a lot of new inventory coming in. Let's start off with this cutie right here. This, of course, you know I love a vase. I feel like this is the vase channel and candle holder channel, but this cutie right here had what caught my attention was just the ribbed detail, but also the glazing effect. It has almost a honey brown, some spots here and there, just giving it a lot of visual texture and just making this a cute little pot that I think would work well with anything, honestly. I also found this wood little bowl, maybe a little catch-all or just a little decorative accent. It has this sort of cane or rattan detail around the rim of the bowl, just giving it some nice texture, and it's a cute little thing. I think this is definitely a good find. Are we liking this microphone situation? I feel like it's helping my audio. It's kind of awkward having to put it here though, if I want to be hands-free, but I don't know. Anyways, this little, I feel like this could be two things. This could be a candle holder for a tapered candle. I think that would be pretty elegant. Or this could also be just a mini bud vase. When I saw this, of course, I was drawn to the patina of this. And upon inspecting it closer, I can see right here it says, this is from 1971. So this piece is over 50 years old at this point, which that sounds kind of crazy to say from the 70s. I don't know. I wasn't around, but that was 50 years ago. This is such a cool little thing. It almost has sort of this like floral motif or resemblance, if we could call it. And I actually am thinking about styling this with the cone. It's like a set of 3 like cone branches that I sell on the shop. I'll put a photo here of how I'm thinking about it, but I think that would look really elegant with something like this, or maybe of course on a dining table, but maybe like a bedside table. I think that could create a nice little mood. Now note that those little sprays or branches, I did twist them a little bit just to give it more of that drama that I think is going to, it just makes it feel like a more interesting floral addition or floral piece. But I think that would look great with this piece right here. There was some furniture that caught my attention, but I was pretty limited with space, so I limited myself to just smaller pieces. Surprise, surprise, mostly vases. This is another wonderful vase that caught my attention. At first, I thought it might have been terracotta, but I think this is just a ceramic piece, but it's glazed in this sort of terracotta finish that just makes it just very interesting. Just a cute little piece, a little pot rather. I love anything that's handmade, and it does have the maker's mark, and I believe this is from 1996, which is the year that I was born. I feel like I often see mortar and pestles at thrift stores. Sometimes they're missing the mortar or the pestle, or yeah, the pestle, right? This one is an example of one that was missing one, but this is, I don't know if it's marble, but it's solid stone. It's pretty heavy, but if we reimagine this as maybe a cute little bowl or maybe an ikebana vase. If we look at ikebana tradition, the vase shapes can of course vary, but I feel like a lot of them are typically shaped in the style of a bowl. Of course, there are different types out there, but this reminded me of something that could work well as an ikebana vase. Maybe putting a floral frog in the center and then some sculptural, of course, branches or some fresh florals. I think that's very beautiful and very elegant, and I think this would be a great way to reuse something that no longer has its original purpose, rather. And lastly, I found another handmade piece. I love handmade pottery. This one does not have a date, but it does have the maker's mark, and the glazing of this is exquisite, sort of a green with some hints of brown here and there. But overall, I think just a handmade piece is what can really sort of elevate the everyday styling and just creating that unique look that I think is sometimes needed. But just a cute little catch-all bowl. I wonder what I would put in here. That's pretty much it for the haul. Again, I try to limit myself with what I brought home. If I had more time, I would have hit up a couple more thrift stores or maybe some antique stores. But as you know, when you're traveling, time is limited and there's so much that we want to do, but time is limited. But that's okay. That allows opportunity for more exploration in a future visit. So anyways, I gotta get back to the routine of things. I am a little bit behind on work and editing and some campaigns and stuff, but I am very excited for this season. I love autumn. The weather is nice, the foliage is nice, and of course a lot of eating. A lot of pumpkin pie coming my way.